I hope they care. I hope they care because, like in all industries, we need to keep our American companies based here in America. We've lost too many as it is. Keeping American companies here is what makes our economy strong. And I don't want to see any more American companies dying.
As far as family values, the estimates out there right now are 3 million people dependent on the auto industry, to support their families. And these aren't people who are looking for, just a donation or a handout. They're looking to put their hands on a product and, build that product. They want to do an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. So supporting their desire to do that, I think, is definitely a worthwhile investment. So the thing we have to ask Congress to consider is, what's the value of a working family? What's the value of 3 million working families?
In the 40s, when we were under attack and we went into war, the big three and all the other industries in this country basically stopped building what they were building, and they turned around and started making weapons for war. The car plants were basically turned over to make PT boats, airplanes, tanks, machine guns, bullets. If you look back, you take a look and try to find a car from 1944. You can't. How about 43? You can't. Now it's our turn where the big three needs the help of basically America, and they're just asking for a loan. Just, think about where you would be, where this country would be, or the whole world would be if we didn't win that war. And the only reason we did win that war is because we outproduced the other two that we are fighting against.
I believe in the U.S. auto industry. I've gained great experience while working here. I've seen many doors open for women and minorities, and I think it would be good if we could save the industry and not let it die.
The U.S. auto industry provides economy of scale for raw materials and common manufacturing processes that help keep costs reasonable for other industries such as appliances, agricultural equipment, defense, and many others.
In the next 10 or 15 years, we're going to have to make serious decisions about how we expend energy, how we transport our goods and ourselves around our country, and how we are going to protect our environment. I think that the American people should care about who's going to meet those technical challenges. Is it going to be another country that provides us with technology that maybe we're not in control of, or that we then become at the mercy of? Or are we going to develop it locally here ourselves and implement it ourselves?
U.S. auto industry is the pillar of our economy. It, one, provides us a good GDP growth. It's a very high contributor to our GDP growth, if you look at the manufacturing concern that is left in our country now. And then, second, the trade deficit. We export more than what we import. So basically, it really improves our trade deficit, which will go negative if we allow our auto industry to be wiped out.
Well, I think the country should be very concerned about the auto industry. I don't think there's any other country in the world that's probably relied more on the automobile than America. We've got a great expanse of land, and people feel connected to the automobile because of the great distances that they travel to see friends, family.
The American automobile industry is just a part of this country, but it's more than that. At some point, America needs manufacturing, and America needs people that know how to build things. And to give that away, to give that heritage of ours away, I think would be just a tremendous mistake.
When you look through history, the middle class has been somewhat created and very much supported by the automobile industry. As an example, my dad was a millwright at Ford. Him having that job allowed me to go to college and become an engineer, which then I've been here for 23 years and I've seen a lot of things, and I hope to see more. The automotives have helped in times of national emergencies. World War II, when you look at what we did with supporting the war through manufacturing of vehicles. And as recently as both 9/11 and Katrina, between Ford, Chrysler, and GM, we donated over $30 million plus vehicles and people to other areas of the nation that were in need.
You have to understand, if the U.S. automakers fail, the trickle-down effect will be astronomical. We have suppliers ranging from California all the way to Virginia. If something like this could happen, it could not only cripple Michigan, but also hurt financially other states.
Aside from a home, the automobile is the biggest single outlay of cash most people are ever likely to make in their lives. And I just can't see how letting an industry that big die on the vine and be better for it as a country.
One thing that no company in America, regardless of its size, can compete with is foreign currency manipulation by sovereign foreign governments. Foreign governments have hundreds of billions of dollars in currency reserves, particularly large Asian exporting countries, and the manipulation of foreign currencies makes our products built in the USA less competitive to imported products built in other countries. And until Congress recognizes that this is a severe issue and it is basically causing the destruction of the United States industrial base, that base will continue to decline.
Well, besides the immediate danger of losing hundreds, if not millions of jobs, we also have to consider that there is a far more important long-term economic reason why Americans should care about the role of the auto industry. And that can be simply stated with one word: technology. The auto industry is more than just a source of jobs and benefits for millions of people, but it's also the driver and source for technological innovation.
The U.S. auto industry does generate a lot of research and development efforts. I think this research and development spawns a lot of industries within this country. That knowledge should reside within the U.S., where it can be shared with other U.S. manufacturers. It shouldn't reside offshore, where we would have to then purchase that knowledge or have that knowledge used against us to compete against the products that we produce. Another thing that I think America needs to understand is the fact that this is more than just about the big three. Automotive dealers, suppliers, and a lot of the other companies that support these businesses will be in jeopardy as well.
Today, why should they care? We have over 1 million people today that are involved in dealerships, working for public relations, working mom and pop stores around small towns all across America. You know, the perception is that what they're doing for the big three is helping Detroit. It's not about Detroit. It's about the rest of the country. It's Peoria, Illinois. It's Louisiana. It's Oregon. It's California. It's Florida. This whole country is tied to the automotive industry. And for that reason alone, and perceptions aside, you know, we sell half the cars in this country. Our quality is second to none. For that reason aside, that's the reason why we should care about what happens to the automotive industry.